All right. Welcome to the Wake Up Call for Tuesday, December 21st. And this time we're joined by Mr. Ezra Hendrickson himself. Good morning, Ezra.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the inside.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my goodness, man. We got it's like royalty on the inside here.
I don't know about all that.
I had to put out the extreme carpet for you to come in, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm here, so. It's all good, right?
Okay, wonderful. And we're going to be talking about football in as many aspects as possible, right? For those who do not know Ezra, what I'm going to share is very brief. Everything else to fill in, I'm going to leave that to you, all right?
Sounds good.
So he is a Vincentian professional football coach and former player, currently head coach of Major League Soccer club Chicago Fire. You're a LAU man.
Yes.
A LAU man, all right? And you moved away at a young age to the United States and played college soccer with Drake Bulldogs.
Yeah,
right?
Drake University Bulldogs, yeah.
Right, nice. And you're also a former national football captain?
Yes, I played with Vince the Heat from 95 to about 2006, 2007.
Oh, that's...
Not to tell my age or anything, but...
No, I was just trying to calculate the number of years. Right? And quite a bit more about Ezra Hendrickson, all right? An All-American in Business Administration major at Drake University as well. And you would have worked along with the St. Vincent and Grenadines Football Federation for some time to assist Vincy Heat in preparation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's more to learn about Ezra. So you were born in LAU. I don't want you to tell me your age or anything or year. We can leave that out, all right?
Leave that out.
Let's leave that out. But who is Ezra? What was, like, from the beginning? Who's Ezra?
Well, I just grew up in LAU, single parent home. Just my mother and I, and then, I had some siblings later on. But, just a regular boy in LAU, St. Vincent, just growing up with friends and, just playing football. One thing I always had to do was, make sure that education was there. I always loved football. Cricket, I also played cricket, but football was my main sport growing up. But my mom, she always stressed, the importance of a good education and stuff like that. So a lot of times when my friends would be out playing, I would be doing homework and stuff like that. But it was a foundation that was necessary, and it's a big reason why I'm where I'm at today.
Okay, that's wonderful. And you said single parent. Do you want to touch on that a little bit? No?
Well, just my parents, my dad was 20, my mom was 19, so you could say teenagers. And then my dad moved away when I was 6 months. Oh, yeah. His family moved to the States, so it was all for good. That also is the reason why I'm here, because eventually when I did move to the States, I moved to live with him. So it wasn't a matter of abandonment or anything like that. It was just going to make a better opportunity for himself, his family, and me.
Okay, and that has positively influenced, even though, at that point you moved away when you were 6 months.
Yes, it was difficult because, growing up, without seeing your dad, it's difficult. But my mom got married to a wonderful man who, he never looked at me as a stepchild. He always, took care of me as one of his own. So after a while, he became, my dad, and so I always say I have 2 dads and 2 moms, because my dad remarried up in the States also. So I was never really without, that kind of structure. But at first in St. Vincent, it's just, you're a poor boy growing up in LAU. So it was difficult. There were difficult times, but, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and you've managed to overcome all of that. So
Yes. I think I've been able to overcome a lot in life, and I think that ability to persevere, that determination to always strive to overcome obstacles and challenges, I think that has pushed me to this level right now.
Okay, wonderful. What was LAU like back in your day?
Back in my days.
Yeah,
Again, without telling my age, but it was just,
young person.
I was playing in the streets, red dirt streets, stumping my toe and stuff like that. So if you think about that, some
Stump
unpaved
toes
roads.
hurt.
Yeah, so those hurt. But it was always fun, and they say it takes a village, so there's always people around. My mom comes from a large extended family. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, was always a part of my life, and just a lot of uncles, aunts, a lot of family members that helped my mom, to raise me. So I was fortunate. I was blessed to have the kind of upbringing that I did.
Okay, wonderful. So how old were you when you moved away?
You really let me tell my age, huh?
Sorry.
I was
No,
13.
no.
I was 13.
No, but in terms of like, okay, so it's primary school era or secondary?
Secondary. So
Okay, so I should ask that.
like I said, my mom stressed education, so I was kind of a bright boy. I don't know what happened now, but so I went to St. Martin's at the age of 10. And when I left here at 13, I was going into Form 4. So I got to skip some of the primary stuff. And
yeah, because I'm not that math there.
yeah,
it's just not that enough in my mind.
Yeah, so I went in at 10 and left at 13. I was going into Form 4.
Okay.
But then I left, went to the States.
Okay. The adjustment from growing up in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to moving into that American culture, what was that like?
Major culture shock. Everything from the weather, the food, just the way of life. It was different from what I'm used to. I think maybe if I grew up, maybe like in Kingstown or something, it'd be more familiar to some of the things. But coming from a rural area like Leeward side, a lot of things were different for me once I got to the States, and mainly just the weather. Because I went late fall, so like September time when I got there, and it was it was cold already. It was Indiana in the Midwest, where it's really cold there, and so it was a struggle for me culturally. Just learning the ways of doing things. Just having different friends. Leaving my mom was a big thing because that's all I knew was my mom. I saw my dad twice before then. Once when I was 8, and then when I was 13, right before I moved. So it was difficult. It was basically having to learn him. And then he had kids, so I had to learn my new siblings. My stepmom, I had to learn her, and it was just different ways of doing things for me. So, but and I cried. And those times I used to write letters and stuff. So I used to write my mom all the time about I want to come back home. I want to come home. But it all got better, and I made some friends in school, and I'm here today.
Okay, was it difficult making friends in school? Did people look at you?
Yes, at first, because I was really shy.
Oh,
now, if you see me now, you'd think that that's the same little boy from back then. Because I was shy, I just didn't say much. So it was difficult. And then whenever I spoke, the kids would laugh because I had this accent. They were like, "What do you say?" I pronounced some words different. It was just, how kids are. 13 years old, and mainly white kids too, who they didn't really know me. I didn't know them, and so it was a learning process there. But it got better after a while, and then it came to springtime the following year, and started playing soccer and stuff. And then now I'm happy because now I'm in my zone and I'm doing what I like to do. So that made it. Soccer has always been an avenue to help me through a lot of things. So from day one, so I'm very happy that I was blessed with that ability, that talent to use it for my benefit.
That's good. And I'm happy that even though it was a struggle in the beginning, you were able to readjust yourself and sort of like not necessarily fit in because you stand out point blank, but to readjust yourself so that you can make things work. Now let's go into football because once you hear Ezra Hendrickson, football.
It's like my second name, huh?
Yeah, it says that's your brand, man. So you said you started playing when you were young, but was it playing hobby? Like, is it just, okay, it's a village thing, everybody in the neighborhood will run out and kick a ball, so let me just run out and kick as well. Like, at what point did it move from just simple enjoyment to something more serious?
I think once I got to the States, that spring, my first spring there, my dad put me into a league. Because in the States, they have a lot of very organized youth soccer. At the time, there wasn't a professional league in the States, but kids always played. To this day, they still play. Now they have a professional team. They have professional players to look up to. But back then, you just played because you wanted to, and it was organized. So I joined. My dad, joined me in the league, and I started playing. I was doing well, and at that age, when you're a kid and you're getting success, you want to keep doing what it is that you're doing, that you're successful at. So I just latched onto it. There was no cricket, which was a sport that I played here before I left. So soccer was my main focus, and then I got into basketball because then I started growing, and so basketball. But then it was a hobby, and I was fortunate after high school to get scholarship offers for both sports, basketball and soccer. But soccer was my first love and always was my first love. So I went the soccer route, and the rest is
that
history.
is excellent to have opportunities from both sports.
Yeah, because when I first, I'm a very determined person, and if there's something that I want, I really work hard at it. So I was really, really terrible at basketball because I never played before.
Oh,
And so it was horrible. But I got my dad.
honesty is the best.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. But then after playing, I just worked because I was like, I have to get better at this, and I became, from my freshman year, just not even playing much, maybe 2 minutes a game, to being the star by my junior, senior year in high school. So that afforded me the opportunity, where colleges were starting to, offer me scholarships. But basketball was never my thing, and plus I'm only 6'4" now, so that's I
Wait a
mean,
minute.
as far as professionally speaking, you
Oh,
have to
so
be
that's
really
short?
to play in the NBA or something like that. Yeah, that's nothing.
Well, that's news for me.
Yeah, I mean, people look at a guy like
I
Steph
think
Curry
you're tall.
and they think he's little, but he's like 6'3", 6'4",
Yeah.
They just look small because they're playing against, 7
Listen,
footers and stuff, So
Giants, this is a
I'm glad-
giant sport. Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad I stuck with football, soccer.
Whew. Whew. And I thought you were like, ooh, like really tall. But that's good. That's good. One thing you said though that I think I want to pin out or draw out right now. You were not good in the beginning with basketball, but your mindset, your determination got you from not being very good to being good enough to be offered a scholarship, because they don't offer scholarships to anybody,
Yeah.
right? They offer scholarships who they see potential in. And that is really good, because sometimes people think that you have to start at talent, right? And that is all that it takes, but it's a lot of hard work.
Yes, a lot of hard work, and especially to get to the professional level, or to get to where someone want to offer you a scholarship to college. You have to really stand out, and I knew, I wanted to be good, but I wasn't. I was just basketball was new to me. I was learning it at age 14 when the other kids had been playing since they were 5. So on the soccer field I would excel, but on the basketball court, it was horrible. But I wanted to be better, and so I just worked. I begged my dad to buy me a basketball goal that he put up outside of his house. And the summer before my sophomore year, every day I was out there in the hot sun just playing. Sometimes by myself, just shooting, and I just got better. It's amazing that when you practice, how you just become better at what it is that you're training, what it is you're practicing. And
That's true.
so when I came back to the fall for my sophomore year, everybody was like, "Who's this guy? This is not the same player that
Who
we
are
know." So that was good. That was good.
I like it. Listen. If you're just joining us, we've got Mr. Ezra Hendrickson himself inside, former national football captain of Vinci Heat and former national player as well. He is presently the head coach of Major League Soccer club in the U.S., Chicago Fire. And he was born right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in Layou. Listen, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Extreme104 SVG. If you want to hit us up on the WhatsApp as well, 430-1043. If you want to call us, 457-1043. We'll get to your responses in just a bit. Now, I could say you dashed basketball aside.
Yeah.
And you headed straight into football because that was your passion, right?
Yes.
So it's talent, passion, and of course, developing that skill. So let's move from your father joining you into a league, maybe to university. What opportunities have you grasped or taken advantage of?
as far as going into college
Football.
Well, the interesting with football was it's very hard to get a scholarship to play any sport in college. And if you don't play it in high school, if your high school doesn't have a basketball or soccer team, it's almost impossible. And I didn't have a high school soccer team. So all I played was like little travel, little youth stuff. And then one summer before my senior year, I told my dad, listen, I want to go to this soccer camp. They had a soccer camp where Indiana University was putting on a soccer camp. But it cost, I think, was $325 or something. And he was just like, I don't have that. I don't have $325 to send you to that thing. But all my friends were going, and I knew because I didn't have a high school team, there was nowhere any colleges could see me play. So I begged and I begged and I begged, and he sent me. And Crystal, I'm telling you, I always thank God because he always, looked out for me. He's the reason why I'm here today. From that week of playing in that camp, that soccer camp, I got a soccer scholarship. The coach from Drake University happened to be there as a counselor, one of the coaches. And he just came up to me and he's like, where you from? Like, because no one knows about you. You don't play, only the kids who play in high school get, the notoriety and get seen. And I said, I play, I love to play the game. I don't have a high school team, but, it's something I want to do. And from that, he gave me a full ride, 4 years to go to college. So, that's an opportunity that, that only happens unless, the Most High wants it to happen. So I'm very grateful for that. And so that was a big opportunity. And that just kind of really was the springboard for everything. So I excelled in college. Ironically, I used to play, I played defender professionally, but in college, first 3 years I played as a forward.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until my senior year in college, in university, that I switched over to defense.
Okay.
But hadn't it been for that week and my dad finding some way to come up with that 325, I don't even know how he does, he did it. I was able to get a full ride to college. So it's about getting your opportunities and making the most of it, and just always, persevering and always being determined. If that's what you want, don't let anyone. It's nothing different than where I'm at right now as far as being a coach. It's, some would say it probably took too long. It should have happened before, but I always say nothing happens until God is ready for it to happen. And I just kept plugging away. I watched other colleagues get the opportunity before me, but I never wavered as far as, I never thought, man, it's never gonna happen. I always just kept pushing, and here I am today.
Wonderful. I love these stories, right? And I hope that people are listening. And if you're feeling a little maybe under the weather physically or under the weather emotionally, you're feeling like you're trying, you're not getting anywhere, this is a very good story. It's real good motivation. All right. Oh, I thought my eyes there. Okay, so Kareen on Facebook says, congratulations, Ezra. We appreciate the work you did for Team SVG, but some of them coming in like sheep in the night to praise you. Now, I half regret reading out her name. Let me take a call at this time. Hello, good morning.
Morning, on behalf of all you people out there, I feel extra proud this morning. Ezra, big up yourself, this Max. Bro.
Yeah, Max, I know your voice, man.
Okay, I just want to put things into perspective for people, right? For years, I've been watching Ezra come home to St. Vincent. And Ezra never make himself feel better than nobody. Ezra always is a people person. Ezra always would take time out his short vacation schedule to help whoever. And I always know Ezra would always go and persevere in life because Ezra don't have one ounce of negative energy within him. And this comes from his mother. Ezra's mother used to teach me in Sunday school. That's how to put things into perspective. And my grandmother always tell me, you do good meet you. And Ezra, I'm just letting you know this. It's residual goodness have you where you is now.
Well, thank you, Max.
So big up yourself. I feel very proud as a lady, man, because I tell people I'm not from St. Vincent, I'm from the country of Lady. And because a man like Ezra, I feel proud. And it's just, the sky is the limit. And I think St. Vincent soccer now, thanks to you, have a even stronger foundation to build on. And I just wish your positive energy would just go in every nook and cranny of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I like how you persevere. Even though you didn't have a soccer team at your school, you put yourself in a position to get noticed. And the sky is the limit, man. We have to continue, girl. But just keep fighting, Ezra, and I just feel very, very proud to say I'm a you, man. Big up yourself. I just want to put that into perspective so people know who you are. And you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to take over this race. You all did this morning, so I'm enjoying listening. Big up yourself.
Yeah, respect, Max.
All right.
All right, big up yourself.
Just to add to that, you know, it's, you know, as far as the perseverance and the determination and stuff, it's just something, like he said, it came from my mother. You know, my mother always, you know, she said, you know, even though we don't have much, if you seek something, you have to work at it, and you have to work hard at it, and never give up. You know, there's going to be sheep in the night. I don't even know what that comment means, but there are going to be people who are going to try to deter you from your goal, or, you know, knock you off your, you know, put up obstacles for you. But I always say challenges are things that we have to face. You know, when we face them, we'll overcome them. But I want to say this, you know, Layu, Barley, Kingston, wherever you're from, you know, I always say I'm 100% Vincy. I've always preached that. So when I come back trying to act like I'm not from St. Vincent or I'm not from Layu, it was never my thing. You know, to this day, I was playing ball with the same guys I always, when I come back every Christmas that I play football with, I was there playing with them on Sunday. You know? So I never put myself away from the society. I always try to engrave myself within the society, and anyone who knows me knows that's just how I am, and I've always been that way. And
there's one word for that, though. It's called humility.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Nice. DJ Q says, big up Ezra, Team Vincy Heat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Q used to, you
Respect
guys
you.
were playing together?
Together, yeah.
DJ Q?
Yeah.
As
You
in-
can play.
Okay. I'm not doubting. I'm just, I'm just saying. I hope you didn't want me to mention that to people. Marcus says, locked in from Layu. Thanks for making us proud. And Elliot is also on the inside on Facebook. All right. Now we got to take a quick break and come right back. When we come back, we're going to continue talking about football. You would have played for Vincy Heat. You would have been very influential for a number of years. So we're going to talk about when you came back, what that has been like, or what was that like, for you, and a further readjustment, because you left here, you had to readjust, and then you came back and you had to readjust again. The opportunities that you had back then during that period, and why you perhaps left again to head back up to the States.
Sounds good.
All right. So we're going to come back with that. We're going to end the live. Oopsie, a little piece of paper there.